Hi everybody, this is Scott Sharp with Fretboard Toolbox, and today we're going to look at the 6 chords of D major and playing each one up the neck. And I'll show you several different places, and I'll show you how easy it is to see how to play them up the neck when you can see what chords make up the notes and where those notes are found. So let's get started and I'll show you how it works. Today we're using a Fretboard Toolbox Essential Mandolin interactive ebook, and we're going to go to the key of D major. And we'll learn the 1, 4, 5 chords and the 2, 3, 6 chords and see how to play them all over the neck. So in the key of D, which is also the relative major of B minor, okay, that may be something you've heard before, maybe not. But in the key of D major, here's your main chords. D major is your 1 chord, G major is your 4, A major is your 5. And then today we'll also learn the 2, 3, 6. But what's cool about Fretboard Toolboxes, especially the Essential editions, is you can see which notes make up the chord in colored circles. So major chords always have a first, a third, and a fifth. And so for D major, it's always on every instrument made of the notes D, F sharp, and A. So being able to play a D major chord means I just need to be able to see where are those D, F sharp, and A notes. So the first one you probably learned is this. You're playing the A on the 4 string, the D and A you're leaving open on the 3 and 2 strings, and then the F sharp you're playing on the 1 string. Okay, so that's a D major. But D major is also A, F sharp, and D, and we can just skip the E string. You could play this. Okay, and then we can also play another 3-string version with the 4, 3, 2 strings if we use this C major shape right here. Okay, D, F sharp, and D. Notice we don't have the 5th. D's the 1, F sharp's the 3, but you can skip the 5th too. Okay, that looks like this. So D, F sharp, D. My friend Doug Byers often plays D major like this. Okay, and if I can see, oh, he's just playing D, F sharp, D, and F sharp. So he's still just playing those same notes, just different versions of them, or different inversions. And then we can play 7, 7, 9, 10, like this. That's D major. Okay, and then we could play the G major shape if you can get that on 14, 12, 9, and 10. Let's see if I can get that in the view here. I'm running out of space for my hands, but that's also D major. So when you can see those notes that make up the chord, it's easy to see why you have all those shapes going up the neck. The 4 chord in the key of G major, D's the 1, E minor's the 2, F sharp minor's the 3. The 4 chord is G major, always made of the notes G, B, and D on every instrument. So the first G you probably learned was leave this open, 2nd fret, 3rd. That looks like this. Okay, but I can also play B, G, D right here, 4, 5, 5. And if you don't like the sound of that, we can play D, G, D. Okay, this is a cool shape right here. Don Julin, Mandolin for Dummies author, taught me this shape. If you play this shape, it's called a power chord because you're just using the 1 and the 5 notes. So a G power chord is G and D, D power chord is D and and A power chord would be A and E. And the cool thing about power chords is you don't have the 3rd, and that's the thing that tells you major or minor. Okay, so if that doesn't make sense, look up major here and look up minor and see if you can start piecing together how that works, because it's really cool when you know it. So we're going to play a G power chord, just G and D notes. Okay, so D, G, D right here, 7, 5, 5. Not major or minor. If I wanted to make it a major chord, I could add this B up here on the 7th fret. But that gets a little screechy for me. But I love that shape right there because I can use it for major or minor chords. Okay, so remember that one. I can play this shape right here, D, B, G. Okay, and then we can play this 12, 9, 10, back to that C shape. So that's G majors all up and down the neck. Pause in this video a lot and try to figure out those shapes on your own and see different ways. Maybe there's some I'm not showing you. Try to figure out different ways to play G, B, and D. But if you're playing G major, you're absolutely only playing combinations of the notes G, B, and D on any instrument. That's the cool part. Then A major is A, C sharp, E. So I can click on that. Okay. There is a power chord here. I've seen Don Julian play it, but I can't remember how he held it. But if you can hold A and E here and leave these two open, so it doesn't tell you major or minor, it's just this. Rock music uses it a lot. Metal uses it a lot. It's just power chords are cool. So that was A and E, the first and fifth notes. Then I can play this shape right here. So 2, 2, 4, 5. A, E, C sharp, A. Okay, I can play this shape here. Let's see, 6, 7, 7. I can play this shape, that big G shape, but I'm playing, for the A, I'm playing E, A, C sharp, A. Okay, so 9, 7, 4, 5. 9, 7, 4, 5. A, or E, A, C sharp, A. Okay, and then off of that shape, that G shape, you've got this power chord again. 9, 7, 7. So that's a cool little spot to be able to go to. And then we got this shape again, the E, C sharp, A. And hopefully you're noticing that all these patterns repeat in the same order, going all up the neck. So once you kind of get the pattern down, that's when fun stuff starts to happen. And when you can see, like, if I'm playing in this area, like I want to play D major, so I'd be D, F sharp, D. And then let's say I want to go to a G major, I could play the G and D notes here for the power chord. And then if I want to go to the A, I could play this A shape right here. Okay, and so that lets you play lots of chords in a small area. So here's D, okay, and then this G, and then A, so that gets fun. And then if you know that, like, here's the D, here's the G, A's always slid up 2 frets from a G. And then back to the D. All right, let's hit some minor chords. And like I said, you'll probably want to pause a lot and figure I'm going quick, but I'm trying to cover a lot of stuff. So the other thing I want to tell you real quick is with the toolbox, when you see those notes in white boxes, that's your major scale notes, okay? And then when you see the underlined notes, that's your major pentatonic notes. And that's where, like, you can play these chord progressions that are in the key of D, and any of those white box notes are going to be safe. So that's where you start learning to improvise and where a lot of solos come from. All right, let's hit those minor chords real quick. Here's E minor, always made of the notes E, G, and B. Minor chords are one note, a flat 3, so instead of the 3, it's a flat 3, and then a 5. So I want to play E minor here, and we want to play it up the neck. So first one I could do is like this, G, E, B, G. Here I would already has a sadder sound. Here was G major. Here's E minor. One note different makes it happy G, sad E minor, but they do sound nice together. And then, so I've got that shape here. I can go B, G, E. Okay, so that's 4, 5, 7. Here, that's E minor too. Here's another E minor. So it's that power chord. I can do the power chord right here, the E, B, B, E, B power chord. Remember, it works for major and minor, super versatile. And I can either add this G or not, because I can leave it as a power chord, or I can add the G. There's power chord. There's adding the G. Okay, then we had this shape, 4, 5, 7, B, G, E. There's this C shape, that was C minor, which is 9, 5, 7. I need to practice this one a lot more. It feels impossible now, but this one always felt impossible too. So it's not, it just takes some time. But that's E minor because it's got the notes E, G, and E. Okay, so you're skipping the B, skipping the 5 on that. Then we go back to this A minor shape, which is going to be 9, 9, 9, 10, 12. 9, 9, 10, 12. E, B, G, E. E, B, G, E. And these minor patterns repeat in the same order too, because once we get back up here, look at this compared to here. We're in the same order, okay? And this is just repeating. So then let's try the next chord, which would be F sharp minor, okay? F sharp minor, the one I like to play is that power chord right here. So it's 6, 4, 4, and F sharp minors are made of the notes F sharp, A, and C sharp, always. Okay, so here's the first one I like to play. F sharp, or C sharp, F sharp, C sharp. Okay, then from here, or we can also add that A and play the full F sharp minor. But when you're playing with the guitar and a lot of other instruments, somebody's probably covering that A note, so you can really just get away with this power chord. And then it's real quick to move in and out of. Then we got C sharp, A, F sharp, 6, 7, 9. C sharp, A, F sharp. Then we got that C minor shape. So that is 11, 7, 9. And then we have the A minor shape way up here. No, there we go. So that's 11, 11, 12, 14. And take the time to figure out the order of these patterns going up the neck because, like I said, they repeat. And then it's extra cool. And then B minor, the last one's made of the notes B, D, and F sharp. So for here, I like to play this one on the 4th, 4th, 5th, and 7th. Whoa. There we go. Woo. B, F sharp, D, B. Okay, and then we've got this shape here, D, B, F sharp. I don't think I've done that one. Then we go to the power chord, or we can add the D up here. And then we're getting too far up for me. I can get that one too. F sharp, D, B. Okay, so these guys are all up and down the neck, but for me, like, it just felt like, how am I ever going to learn all these chord shapes up the neck? But the trick was being able to see the positions, and once I could see those notes that made up the chord, it's not necessarily necessary that you memorize the notes that make up each chord, although it is cool. But memorize those shapes, and then pay attention to how those shapes fit in with the notes from the scale, and that's when all sorts of fun stuff starts to happen. So if you want to pick up your own Fretboard Toolbox Essential Mandolin book or see any of my other books, go to Fretboard Toolbox website, go to pick your instrument. I got instruments that are books set up just the same for all sorts of instruments, even pianos down there. But I've got all these books set up, and once you can read one, you can read them all, so you can see those same ideas on all sorts of different instruments. But today we're playing the mandolin, and we were playing the Essential Edition. We were doing the interactive ebook. I also have print books that I can mail to you. I've got a different version called the Complete Edition. If you want to see the difference between essential and complete books, you click here. If you want to see the difference between the print and ebook formats, you click here. If you want to see all my mandolin videos currently, or any of my music theory videos, they're all free on YouTube. You can click there, and we've got all sorts of free tools. We got hundreds of jam tracks that are up for free, including all those chord progressions using the chords from today for the keys of G, A, C, D, E, and F. Fiddle tunes books and all sorts of fun stuff. So poke around, hope you find something useful, and I'll have lots more videos coming on lots more instruments.